Every other video that you have seen about this, from every other content creator, on every other channel, and on any other platform, is not valid. I am the first and only, at the moment that this video is being released, normal-ass person who used his own money, did not get early access, did not get a product sent to me, was not sponsored by the company in question, and has no insider information, who purchased this with his own money to objectively review it. So, this is the only valid video on the matter. Of course, we're talking about the new line that Fender just announced. At the time of filming this, 2 days ago. By the time you see this, it will have been about 4 days ago. The new Fender American Professional Classic Series. When this came out, I immediately thought, here we go again. This is going to be another dumpster fire. I went to Fender's website and looked at the specs. I was shocked. The first thing I saw was the Telecaster. They were claiming that it had like 63 custom pickups. It had brass saddles with a classic bridge. It was a string-through body. My mind was blown. I couldn't, and it was only $1,500, made in USA. I couldn't believe it. I was beside myself. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to say. Shocked. Then I looked and saw, okay, what else did they make? Oh, there's a Strat. I looked at the Strat. You don't have the 2-point trim. You got the 6 screws. It's a vintage style. It's got vintage-inspired pickups, too. Again, $1,500 for an American Fender Strat. Then I saw my favorite Fender model of all time, Fender Jaguar. And my heart honestly skipped a beat. I could not believe it. Fender was releasing an American Jaguar at $1,599? No way. So I started reading through the specs and I saw that it had these vintage-inspired pickups and a grease bucket tone circuit, whatever the hell that means. And the color options were really cool. There was like this faded mist color, and then they had the classic sunburst. And I immediately was like, finally! I have dreamed of owning a guitar like this for years, and Fender finally listened. There's classic gear tuners. It's the vibrato system that has the lock on it. They actually did it. No, they didn't. Rhythm circuit, gone. The 3 switches, gone. Replaced with a boring 40 IQ operation 3-way switch and strangle switch. The bridge, not the jangly bridge that gives you that behind the bridge sparkle that we all love from a Jaguar. Nope. The idiot-proof Mustang bridge. Oh, but everybody does it. It's because nobody knows how to set a Jaguar up. We made a video about this like 2 years ago, okay? If you don't have a break angle from the bridge to the vibrato unit, the strings are going to slip around. And so, because people don't know what the hell they're doing, they just go get a Mustang bridge with a deeper saddle so that they don't have to set it up properly. You know what you do? Shim the neck. That makes you raise the bridge up higher, increases the break angle so that the strings don't slip out of the saddles, and then you get that wonderful, gigantic, heavy mass bridge vibrating under your strings. Plus, you get the rich harmonics coming from behind the bridge, between the bridge and the vibrato unit. You lose all of that with the Mustang bridge. So, Fender screwed that up too. 9.5-inch radius. I guess I'll give it to him. That's okay, I guess. Most people don't like 725 like I do. And one of my friends, who I'm not going to name, but I know he's watching. We like the 725 radius. Modern C profile, not a huge fan of that, but, you know, it is 2025 after all, right? But I knew I had to make a video about this, right? I knew people were going to want to know, what does Angry Jake who hates Fender have to say about it now? I'm going to cue up my comment of, all you do is yell and complain about Fender. All you do is talk, blah, blah, blah. Well, guess what? I'm going to give Fender a shot here. I spent $15.99 of my own money, and I ordered it the day it was announced. This is the American Professional Classic Jaguar, right here in this box. Still sealed. And we're going to open it. This is going to be a one-shot video. We're not going to cut. I'm going to make you stay here with me to prove to you that I've never seen this before. This guitar was just announced 48 hours ago, and here it is. 48 hours ago for me. A little bit longer for you. All right? You want to open it? You want to see? All right. Let's see. Did they do it right or not? While I'm opening it, we can have a quick discussion. So, the last Jaguar that I bought from Fender was the Player 1 Jaguar. The Player 1 Jaguar came with a humbucker. It didn't have the right switching either. It came with a big giant pick guard, didn't have control plates. We modified all of that in the last video. It also came with a Mustang bridge. Here's our Sweetwater candy, by the way. Here's a piece of foam. Here it is, right here. Let's see if I have enough room to put this down. I do. Get out of here. All right, here it is. 2025, brand new, American-made Fender USA Jaguar. Before we open this box, I just want to say something. I'm going to be serious for a minute, okay? I have dreamed of owning an American Jaguar basically my whole life. And I was planning to try to put some money together to buy like a vintage one next year. I didn't want the Japanese one. I didn't want an AVRI necessarily. I thought if I have to spend this much on an American Jaguar, I might as well get like a vintage one. And this product coming out, I'm going to tell you right now, I want this to be good. I want this to be good. And if it is, I will rescind the things that I've said about this brand. I'm not kidding. This is personal for me. This is one of those, when I die, hopefully many decades from now, I'll leave this to my kids. This is a American-made Fender Jaguar. I never thought I'd get to buy one of these brand new. And I get to do it because of you guys. I make quite a bit of revenue off of this YouTube channel. And I don't rage bait. I don't editorialize. I truly feel the things that I say. The difference between me and what you would call a sane person is I intentionally take the filter and the censor down. I stream of consciousness speak to you about what I really feel about these things. Do I regret it sometimes later? Yeah. Do you guys call out some of the stupid things that I say sometimes? Yeah. But it's truth. And enough people are either entertained by it or agree with it that I make a decent amount of money from making these videos. And so you guys have made it possible for me to buy this. So let's hope together. Please, Fender, please tell me that you did it right. Please tell me that you did it right. Please, 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 please. All right, let's open the box. All right, here we go. I got to get the scissors for this one. I'm not going to be able to use my strength to open this with my bare hands, am I? This is it's a nested box. It's like a nesting doll of boxes. It looks like it's in a gig bag. So I would say strike one, that it didn't come in a case, but I'm pretty sure that the Les Paul Studio, which is the only other American guitar I can think of that really sits in this price range, I think that comes with a gig bag also. But here we go. Here's the gig bag. It's a pretty nice gig bag, I gotta say. It's got two straps. You 20-something-year-olds don't care about that, but us 30-something-plus-year-olds, we like having these two straps. It helps. It helps. It's easier to carry that way. All right, nice little detail here on the bag. There is a Fender medium, it even says medium, guitar pick, which is what I use, funny enough, as a zipper, so that's cool. Is there anything in here? I don't think there is. Oh, there is. There's tags in here. I think the Sweetwater people did that. Shout out to Peyton at Sweetwater, by the way, for hooking me up with this and making sure that it got to me as fast as humanly possible. I really appreciate you, Peyton. and I appreciate the guys at Sweetwater that made this happen. Here we go. You ready? I haven't seen it yet. I don't know what to expect. I'm really worried, really excited, and really nervous. American Professional Classic, Jaguar. First impressions right away, this is heavy. I chose a heavy one. This doesn't mean they're all heavy, but it's heavy. I chose the heaviest one that they had. This one is 8 pounds, 14 ounces. I like heavy guitars, so. All right, where is the vibrato arm? Here it is. Oh, in the goodie bag that has stickers on it. Let's get the vibrato arm out. I don't like calling it a whammy bar. That's too informal for me. They don't go whammy anyway when you use them. Now, fun fact about Jaguars and Jazzmasters that you may not know. You got to push it in till it pops. Then it'll stay. See? All right, let's plug it in and see what it sounds like. Are you ready? Oh, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I'm so worried. I'm so terrified. This could go one of two very, very particular ways. And I don't know. Let's tune it first. I'm going to tune it. As you may know, I tune my guitars to E flat. So, this is pretty much in E flat already. Very close to E flat anyway. The anticipation is killing me. I'll say acoustically, it sounds really good. And the neck feels nice. It feels very nice. It feels kind of like this one. I don't know if you can see it. But this is one of my claims to legitimacy when I talk about stuff like this. This is my 1975 Mustang. This is the barometer by which I judge short scale guitars, by the way, is this one. So I'll be referencing this guitar a bit throughout. I will say that the neck actually does feel similar to that. The neck has a, I don't want to call it glossy. It's like a satin. It feels like satin, but it's not satiny to the point that it's like sandy. You know what I mean? Like that it's rough. It's not rough. It's also not super high gloss either, like a modern Fender would be. One of the things about this guitar that I really like is that it has the classic tuners that are slotted. Best tuners ever invented, in my opinion. Okay, so my first impressions are spectacular, but we all know there's only one thing that really matters. That is, how does it sound? Are you ready? Here we go. We're going to start with the neck position. Hold on a second. That whole opening sequence was with the strangle switch turned on. What is that, you might ask? On a normal Jaguar, you have a switch down here that basically cuts the low end out. And while I was sitting here playing this guitar, I felt like it didn't have any balls. Well, that's why. The strangle switch got moved up here, and it was on during that first impression. I was going to tell you it sounded like it had no balls and that it wasn't very good. Let's try it again. gotta say, first impressions, I really like the way that the neck pickup sounds. It doesn't quite sound like a Tele, it doesn't quite sound like a Strat, it doesn't quite sound like a Mustang, but it also doesn't quite sound like a Jaguar. It's really hard to explain this. But normally, you have a rhythm circuit on a Fender Jaguar. And the rhythm circuit, when you switch to it, it pushes everything through like a 50K pot and a 1 meg pot. And it darkens it significantly. This reminds me of that, but it's not quite dark enough to make up for not having the rhythm circuit. It's not making me say wow or making me jump out of my seat, but it's noticeably better than something like the Classic Vibe, for example. It's also noticeably better than the Player, which has a single coil neck pickup as well. It's very responsive too. So when you pick it lightly, let's check out the bridge pickup now. It does the Jaguar thing. Now, here's the interesting thing. Let's turn on this strangle switch now. You're going to notice it sounds very different. So here it is with it off. You hear that? That sounds really cool. I like that. Put it in the middle now. Woo! That is good right there. And then we'll go back to the neck again. Okay, so that was clean. And I gotta say, clean, it does pretty much what I would expect it to do. Now, this is set up much higher than I normally would like it. I can already tell that I'm gonna end up shimming this and raising this bridge quite a bit. So that I have low action and a steep break angle. I'm guessing it's set up this way because it comes from the factory with 9s, which makes no sense, by the way. That is another mark against Fender. Why in the world are you sending out short scale guitars with 9s? But it comes with 9s. So in order for the strings not to slip off the saddle, even with a Mustang bridge, they have to raise it up really high. So not a big fan of that. Expect with any guitar, though, that you're going to need to dial it into your preferences. So I'm going to knock Fender. I'm going to knock them for setting them up stupidly. But I'm going to give them a little bit of grace, too, because we all need to dial it in the way we like it, right? So, yeah. But But as a clean guitar, it does what you'd expect it to do. I mean, it's staying in tune too. Great. But we need to hear what it sounds like dirty. You ready? Oh boy. Sound pretty good if you ask me, man. I'm fighting the really high. I mean, it's really high. The action is really, really, really high. So I'm fighting that a little bit. I didn't want to mess with it though. I wanted it to be straight out of the box and show it to you. So let's see if it's still in tune. I have very mixed feelings about this guitar right now. Let's put it on one more setting. In fact, you know what? Let's not talk about settings. Let's plug it into my master lead combo down here, my Marshall master lead combo. We're going to plug it into that. Alright, this is basically a JCM 800 but solid state. We did a whole video about this like 3 years ago. This doesn't hide anything, okay? Let's try this. Alright, here's the deal. This is going to need a follow-up. I'm sorry. Because the action on this guitar is so high that it's almost not playable. Oh, it's because you're weak and your fingers suck and you... No. It's literally... I wish you could see. It's like half an inch above the fingerboard. And I don't know who to blame for that. Do I blame Sweetwater for this or do I blame Fender for this? Either way, the action is so high that I'm having trouble playing it. It feels awful to play. It feels so awful. Like, and I can't show you that in a video, but it literally feels like I'm playing with 15 gauge strings with action an inch off of the neck is how it feels. And I hate that because I can't objectively tell you what I think about the sound because of how awful it feels. Now, everything else, like the back of the neck, the fretwork, is perfect. It stays in tune amazingly well. I like the way it sounds, but I can't get over how bad it feels. Hopefully, do I have I might have an Allen wrench over here that'll fit in here. If I do, I'm going to try to lower the bridge just right now. Let's see. Let's fit in here. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Let's lower it way down. Way down. Now you're seeing me adjust the factory setup. That's okay. Let's see how we can do. It's already happening, by the way. It's starting to slip out of the saddle. Okay. Let's retune, and then let's give it a second opinion. Alright? I'm really sorry, guys. Look, I could be like every other YouTube channel ever right now and just do a quick cut to me tuning it. Or, I'm sorry, a quick cut out of me tuning it and being like, and now we're back, and we're gonna do a sound demo, and in the perfectly curated, perfect environment where everything is perfect, and Fender, we love Fender because they give us money, and a quick cut, and we don't do that here. This is all going to be one shot because I want you guys to see a real, actual, like you're sitting in a room with a guy who has the guitar instead of some whatever the hell that is. Because I've seen too many videos like that. Alright, let's try it. I've now got the action low. Let's see if it feels any better with the action lowered. That feels so much better. It's not even close. Wow. Okay, now let's plug it back into the other amp and go clean again. Because this is a totally different experience. Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's like playing a totally different guitar now, okay?
This guitar that I'm holding was announced 2 days ago. And here it is on stage. This might be the first time in the history of this guitar model that it was used on a stage. Pretty proud of that.
All right, there it is. Fender. You listened. Fender listened. My verdict on this guitar is, I think Fender is about to save their company. Because they have learned. And if they haven't actually learned, when they look at the sales numbers of these, not just the Jaguars, but the Strats and the Tellys and there's a Jazzmaster too, they're going to see people are going to show up for this guitar. The entire market is now disrupted and on notice too. Because before this, the Jaguar in particular, you couldn't buy anything beyond a player Jaguar for less than about $1,100 to $1,200. The Japanese one was going for $2,000, $2,200. This resets the market. And with the Strat and Telly being at $1,500 a piece, the whole secondary market for Fender is now upside down. It's going to drive the prices of pre-owned American guitars down for Fender. It's going to drive the price of Mexicans down. I mean, the Ventera Jaguar is $30 less than this. $30! For $30 more, you can get this one. They absolutely knocked it out of the park with this guitar. Fender did. But I will not forgive them for this and this. How can you call this a Jaguar and not have the right switches? It blows my mind. How can you call this a Jaguar and install this bridge? If people, oh, everybody does that, then do that to yours. It shouldn't come like this. I mean, what if Fender released a Telly, and all it had was a neck pickup and one volume knob? And they called it the classic Telecaster. What would happen? I'm not just editorializing, I'm being totally honest. A classic Telecaster with just a neck pickup and just one control. Rightfully, people would not be happy about that. Would that automatically mean it's a bad guitar? No, but don't call it that. This should have been called something different. This should not have been called a classic Jaguar, because it's not a classic Jaguar. It's a, it's a modern Jaguar with some classic design decisions. Well, this is going to be a very, very long video, because now I would like to look inside under this plate and under this plate and see if the body is routed for a rhythm circuit and a lead circuit. That is a huge, 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 huge question mark that I'm sure many, 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 many people have. So I hate doing this. I hate it. I'm going to stop the camera while I do. No, I'm not. You know what? Screw it. I'm not. If you guys don't want to watch this, you can just skip. I'm going to get up and I'm going to move this guitar. I'm just going to set it right here on this chair. How about that? I have a workbench behind me, but it's easier to just lay it right there. I'm going to grab my screwdriver, and what we're going to do is we're going to bring the camera over and we're going to look inside and see what we see, okay? I'm just grabbing my screwdriver right now off the camera. You can't see, but that's what I'm doing. We're gonna pull that plate off and see what we see. So let's pull it down. Here we go. Woo, okay. All right, this is gonna be like the longest video I've ever done. All right, let's see. All right, so this is a very bad angle for trying to do this, but let's get this screw out first. Oh, this is the wrong size of screwdriver, so let's get the right size. Why don't we? Okay, there we go. I have it. You can't see it, but I'm trying to get this stupid bit into the screwdriver. And yes, I know I could have made this a live stream, but I didn't want to do that. I wanted to release it as a normal video. All right, here we go. All righty. Is it still on? It is on camera. All right. All right, there's one. Then there's two. And this screw is hot. That's really weird. It literally is hot in my hand. Okay. Oh my God, guys. It's routed for a rhythm. You have got to be shitting me. I'm speechless. It's actually routed for a rhythm circuit. A rhythm circuit will fit in here. Do you see this? I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Now, on one level, I can totally understand. Fender was probably not going to create a brand new template for their CNC machine to cut these bodies, so they just used the normal Jaguar body template. But I am absolutely blown away that it would appear that you could, in theory, drop in or wire in an actual rhythm circuit into this guitar. That is absolutely unexpected and remarkable, and I honestly can't believe it. But the next big question is, what good is a rhythm circuit without a lead circuit? So, let me move the camera up a little, and we're going to check and see if we can find out the same thing about the top cavity. Can we fit a lead circuit in here? Which is basically just 3 switches. Now, from what I know about Jaguars, because they're my favorite Fender, what I know about Jaguars is this should just be a square body route. Yep, right here, underneath this. This should just be a square body route. If it is, that means that you could drop in a lead circuit too. I'm not expecting them to have done that though. Oh, look at that! Look! They did it! That's insane! There's another look at it. I'm shocked. I honestly can't believe it. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. So, that means you could, if you really wanted to, you could go get a new plate. You could get the proper switches and everything, and you could just wire this up like a normal Jaguar and have yourself an American Jaguar proper, not this monstrosity. Now, this does make it even more unforgivable for Fender, though, because they actually routed the body for it and they didn't do it. They gave us this 70 IQ wiring scheme and switching scheme instead. But holy cow, I'm going to move the camera back now so that we can talk to each other face to face one last time before I end this video. So I'm going to move the camera way back, put it back to the normal zoom. Sorry about my mess. Move it up right about there. Should be good so we can see each other face to face, okay? How's that sound? All right. I'm going to come sit down and talk to you again. All right, so there you go. The Fender American Professional Classic Jaguar. I forgive Fender. They listened. People who are fans of offsets, specifically Jaguars, have been neglected for so long. The only option that we had for years was the Classic Vibe or the Vintage Modified. There wasn't really a normal Jaguar. Even when they had a normal switching Jaguar that could be afforded, they had like the bridge way too close to the tailpiece, the vibrato tailpiece. So the fact that they actually listened and made this, and it's American and it's good, I'm at a loss. But now that I know that it is in fact routed properly, I'm going to do something insane. I'm deciding on camera right now, by the way, after seeing that route, I'm going to order the parts and we are going to convert this into a normal Jaguar. And probably for a little while, it will be the only American Professional Classic Jaguar in the world that has the proper switching. I'm probably one of the only people who owns this guitar right now. I know a lot of people probably went out and bought it at Guitar Center or whatever, but nobody with a channel like this actually went out and bought it and took the risk. Is it confirmation bias? Is it, what do they call that, buyer's confirmation? I don't think so. Sweetwater has a very forgiving return policy, and I could easily return this. But I think I got my Jaguar, guys. And I'm not going to apologize to Fender because they don't deserve an apology. They did do everything wrong. They did screw us for years and price gouge us. But I will commend them for releasing this line. This line proves that the whole company's not brain dead. This line proves there is hope. You can go out and buy a brand new American Fender for $1,500 right now. Even if you're normal and you're not weird like me and you like Strats and Tellys, you can go buy an American Telly brand new right now for $1,500 that's made to classic spec. Same with the Fender. Sorry, the Strat. See, Strat is ubiquitous with Fender. You can go get a Strat American, $1,500. Well, I think I've wasted enough of your time. The next time you see me, we're either going to be making this properly switchable because the parts came in time, or we're going to talk about another really weird product that just came out that's super rare that almost nobody has, and I got lucky enough to have mine delivered. So I'm not going to spoil what it is, but we're going to talk about that next week if the switch parts don't arrive for this in time. So, thank you very much for watching. Please like, please subscribe, join the Discord if you haven't already. Links are in the description below. Thank you very much for watching. Keep on rocking. God bless.